Morning everybody, it's Laura from the Scotland-Oakland branch of the County of Brant Public Library, and I want to welcome you back today for Let's Get Growing. Today we have sort of a cooking preservation style video for you. So I am going to show you a clip in a second of going out to the garden because today our feature is rhubarb. It's the end of the rhubarb season, but we can still use the stalks that are left. The taste changes a little bit over the season, you might have noticed, and the thickness of the stalks changes. So I have one that I picked. You can see it's really thin, it's about the size of my finger, whereas before it would be a few inches thick. So these stalks, they're a little bit more stringy than at the beginning of the season, and the taste maybe becomes a little bit more bitter, but they're still good for preserving and using at different times of the year. You can see rhubarb has a very big, broad leaf to it, but these leaves are actually toxic, so you're not going to want to use this in your preservation. But the stalk, which you can see is pink and red and green, is great to use. So I'm going to show you now out in the garden how I picked this and what the rhubarb patch looks like. Today's book I'm recommending is called Homegrown Pantry. It's a gardener's guide to selecting the best varieties of and planting the perfect amounts. So this I thought was really great for our specific situation at the moment because you might be looking to preserve some of the things that you're growing in your garden for use in the winter or in the fall if you're not wanting to go to the grocery store as often. So for rhubarb, these little spindly bits that we have left, we're able to still use them by preserving them. So this book, which you can get through curbside pickup, just place a hold on it online or call your branch to ask about it. Now the rhubarb section, first thing it says is rhubarb is famous for producing too well, which is not a problem if you store the excess in a variety of ways. So that's true, rhubarb does produce a lot. So we have been collecting it since early May, and now it's early June, so a full month of production. Now what you're going to learn in here is about freezing rhubarb, canning rhubarb, and drying rhubarb. Today we're going to be doing the freezing method. So this involves taking your rhubarb stalks that you already have. You're going to wash them and cut them up into about 1-inch sections. It doesn't have to be perfect. And with this rhubarb, you're going to lay it out on a baking sheet evenly and pop it in the freezer until they're frozen. You're going to do this so that they don't stick together once you bag or package them. Once they're frozen, you can stick them in a freezer bag, or if you have old Tupperware containers or even like an old yogurt container, you can put it in there and your rhubarb will last all winter long in the freezer. This is perfect if you want to make a rhubarb crumble, recommend that. Or if you want to make a compote, which I'm going to show you how to do today. Once you freeze the rhubarb, it's not going to keep its firm structure. It'll lose a lot of water as it thaws and be really sort of soggy and soft, but that's perfect for some recipes. So for our compote today, all you're going to need is a small saucepan, some vanilla, and orange rind. These two are optional. You need 1/4 cup of sugar and about 1.5 cups of rhubarb, depending on your taste and how much you want. So taking your saucepan, you're going to pour in the rhubarb. Try not to spill it everywhere. Which I did. I lost one. There we go. Pop it in there. Next, sprinkle your sugar on top. There we go, so we've got just rhubarb and sugar in there. You could just do this mixture. If you don't want to use sugar, feel free to try honey. It works the same way. And if you want a little extra flavor, I like to add a touch of vanilla. So this is just pure vanilla extract. I would say put in about a teaspoon. There we go. And then some orange rind. For me, I just like that it adds a little bit of a citrus taste in with that sweetness. And I'm just putting, I don't know, tablespoon maybe. And you can just make your orange rind by using a vegetable peeler or a grater, peeling off just the orange part of the rind, not the white underneath. And there you go. So now I'm going to go put this on the stove. It's going to take about 10 or 15 minutes on a medium to low heat. It's going to start bubbling up, and you know it's done when the texture is like applesauce. So give me a minute, let's go to the stove, and then we'll see how it turns out. And I'm back. Here it is, the finished rhubarb sauce, or rhubarb compote. Haven't tried it yet. It's actually still quite hot, but let's give it a go. See how it tastes. Yep, that's good. So I hope you make this along with me, because it is good. I recommend it. You can have this just as a sauce, or you can put it on things. So once it cools off, you could put it on ice cream. You could use it in a crumble if you wanted to have that as your base. What else could you do with it? I'm sure there are many things. If you have ideas of what you would do with a rhubarb compote besides just eat it, let me know in the comments. There are a number of recipes that you can make with rhubarb, so don't feel limited to just making this one. I've selected a book on Hoopla called Rhubarb, 50 Tried and True Recipes. I'll leave the link down below. Go ahead and check it out. They've got some delicious looking recipes, including pies, crumbles, muffins, all kinds of things. So I would recommend trying that out too. Lots you can do with rhubarb. And don't forget, take a look at this homegrown pantry book if you want ideas about how to stock your pantry with things from your garden. And today was just one example. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you are all well. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.